Arkansas Duty Phone, this is Jack. How may I help you?
Jack Buck is a resident assistant at Arkansas Hall. He is a senior from Bryan, Arkansas, majoring in childhood education. This is his fourth semester as a resident assistant. He works shifts as the desk assistant who greets and assists guests and tenants, as the primary resident assistant on duty, and as the weekend duty rotates, he is unable to leave the building when he is in charge.
I have to be in the building from 5 p.m. to 8 a.m. the next morning, which means there are multiple things I do on duty. Like if someone calls the duty phone, like you heard earlier, I have to answer it and report to the duty, whatever the call may be. Sometimes it's just a key being locked out of the room. Other times it's a sink is flooding, or it could have stuff to do with alcohol or marijuana also. It just depends on the situation. But it's usually more along the lines of having someone locked out of their rooms.
When Jack is the primary resident assistant on duty, he has to take laps around the building to make sure everything is in order.
When I'm doing my duty on Mondays, I have to walk around the building 3 times a night. The last one has to be at 12 p.m. because that's when all guests are required to leave during the weekdays. So at 12 p.m. I get a call from the front desk and they tell me, hey, there's 3 people still checked in the building. So I have to go down to the lobby, grab their IDs, and basically kick them out of the building. But it's like we escort them out, make sure they leave, and give them their IDs, and that's that.
Jack has to go to the room of each tenant on his floor and do room inspections monthly.
The second week of the month, we have to do room inspections, and that means we walk into every room, and they're called fire health and safety checks. So we're checking to see if there's fire hazards and if there's health code violations, because some rooms we walk into are kind of gross. What we do pretty much is just to see if there's any conduct violations, like anything they're not allowed to have in their room. We just check the room, make sure their trash is picked up, and it's just kind of tidy for the most part and not overly gross or really stinky.
More than just being in charge, Jack and the other RAs must build relationships with the students and get them involved on campus to feel comfortable and to flourish in this new college atmosphere.
Part of being a first-year hall is we are trying to get the students engaged on campus, because a big thing that the school focuses on is raising wolves, is what they call it, where we want to influence and impact the future generation, the future students of Arkansas State University. So our goal is to reach to them and find their interest and get them more involved on campus, so they're more likely to stay and enjoy their time here as a Red Wolf. So that is our job there, and that's why we have all these different activities we can do, because there's billboards such like ping pong tournaments, video game tournaments, and just hanging out and having a game night. And it's just a bunch of different ways we can have fun and meet each other and just get to know people on campus.
Unlike the other dorms on campus, Arkansas Hall has a big lobby to act as a place to encourage community and build relationships.
We have the big lobby because, like I said, being a first-year hall, we try to focus on the community within a building, where the upperclassmen housing is focused more like apartment style, where it's more geared towards older students who already found their niche. But we're trying to get these people involved in campus where they can find their niche and figure out where they belong and stuff like that. And ping pong is a good way just to get people hanging out with other people and learn to meet other people. Same with the foosball table and the pool table and even the TV. Like, that's all in our lobby, and it's just different ways that we can find ways to interact with one another and just learn about each other and help them see where they can fit in on campus.
Arkansas Hall has enacted some new guidelines to help resident assistants connect with their residents.
It's a new initiative we started this year, is RAs. We're trying to get them more involved everywhere on campus, where we have to have 20 points per month, and a lot of points come from residential interactions and programming, which programming is like what we talked about earlier with the playing ping pong and doing stuff like that, where we have ping pong tournaments, we have pool tournaments, we have video game tournaments, we have game nights, stuff like that. Those are different types of programs that we do. And there's also, we get points for volunteering in spot of other RAs if they need help. Like if one RA has an intramural game and someone wants to cover for him, they're welcome to, and you get points for helping out in that volunteering there. And just hanging out with residents is something else we get points for, because that's our job. RA stands for resident assistant. We're supposed to assist these residents any way we can and help them the best we can. The main difference between Arkansas Hall and the other two first-year halls is the fact that it's made up almost entirely of freshmen, where no other building is allowed to house freshmen on campus, and that requires the RAs to act a little bit differently. Like I said earlier, we have to be more outgoing and get these freshmen out of their comfort zone and find places where they belong, or see what they like to do even, because we have the job of raising these wolves and getting them involved on campus and just getting to know these people.
Resident assistants are much more than the people that keep you in line as you spend time in your dorm. They are there to guide and direct you to put you in the best position possible to succeed as a college student, and to be your friend.